And a fine good morning or good day, folks, depending on where in the world you are right now. It's just about 11 o'clock here where I am, and it's a beautiful day. The weather last night, nice and crisp fall weather, and heading into today it's going to be just an amazing 60, 65 degrees. Over the weekend, 75, so just incredible weather. And I'm reminded constantly of how many different opinions there are in the world, and the one that seems to be the most commonly just really overbearing, from lack of a better word, is religion. So today I'm going to address some of the things that people have been back and forth asking me as I interact with the world online, and that is, how can I believe what I believe and not believe in what they believe, and so on and so forth. And so here's the cut and dry. I'm agnostic. That means that at my core, I believe there is such a thing as a higher power. Now, my definition of a higher power probably isn't your definition of a higher power. Some people would lump me into all kinds of categories depending on which way they look at the world, and that's okay. What I believe is we are all connected through some form of energy. And if you want to call that the divine spirit, if you want to call that the universal energy, if you want to call that whatever you want to call it, call it. To me, the universal energy, the divine connection, the God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, whatever you want to call it what you want to call it. But what I say is we are all connected through an energy. And that energy can be translated as a spirit, whatever you want. What I know is that we cannot be created nor destroyed, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. And so if that's your soul that you're talking about, then so be it. All religion, every single major religion and minor religion, has been corrupted by human touch. So let's just talk about the two major religions, because there are two major religions. They have the most amount of people, the Christians and the Muslims. And they've been at war with each other off and on for a few thousand years. They kill in the name of their God, or their Christ, or their prophet, or whatever they say is their purpose for killing in that particular time frame. The reality is, if you look at the prophet, peace be upon him, he spoke of peace. He spoke of love. He spoke of understanding. Towards the end of the Quran, it got a little bit strange, and there's a lot of talk about things like in Revelations in the Bible. That doesn't make them bad people. That means that they're taking literal translations of things that were not meant to be literally translated. The jihadist fundamentalist types that are out there that are trying to say death to the infidels and death to the Americans and death to anyone that doesn't believe in what they believe in are just as wrong as the Ku Klux Klan was wrong claiming death to all the minority groups. Anyone who kills another in the name of their God or in the name of their religion is wrong. Absolutely 100% wrong. We are not God. We may be a part of God because we were created in God's image, but as soon as you put a label on this thing that we call the benevolent creator or the Lord or God or whatever you want to call it, you've already undervalued what it actually is. If you look at the universe, and you look at the way things expand in the universe, there is only light or matter or heat or the absence of those things. So we can't comprehend where the universe exists because we can't comprehend the fact that there is no such thing as evil. There is no such thing as darkness. There is no such thing as antimatter. There is only the things that exist and the absence of those things. So when people talk about we could never have peace because there's evil in the world, that's a limited understanding in my estimation. In my estimation, there is only the absence of good. And most of the people that we consider to be evil in this world, they do things that socially and morally we don't agree with, i.e. Adolf Hitler. But what's the difference between Adolf Hitler and what the United States did? We both, in World War II, had concentration camps. Hitler happened to murder the Jews that were in the concentration camps, but we had Japanese American concentration camps, and we had areas of this country where they said only whites were allowed because they were afraid of the Japanese Americans. So I don't really see a big difference in the way the Germans reacted and the way the Americans reacted during World War II. I'm not saying that they were right and we were wrong. I'm not saying we were right and they were wrong. I'm saying that as a society and as a human species, we need to start to understand that love is the answer, peace is the answer, and anyone that claims that they are trying to do something for the better interest of another are taking away that individual's free will. As far as I'm concerned, all of the holy books that I've read from all over the world and all of the different resources that are out there available to us in knowledge and truth and power talk about free will as the one core fundamental that all of the books highlight at some level. So if free will is the divine gift of God, as you call God or Allah or whatever you want to call it, if that is the divine gift, then the 7 deadly sins are the equivalent of addictions. And if you look at Wall Street, you look at all these other things that are obviously addicted to greed and power and money, murder, sex, whatever the issues are, those addictions are the addictions. Those are the problems. The addiction, not the person, but the addiction that they are struggling with. So we really need to just have an intervention. We really just need to help those people overcome their addiction. And they may not want to overcome their addiction because most addicts don't. Most addicts have to hit the very rock bottom point where they don't see anything else but a way out. Sometimes that's what it takes. So the 10 Commandments are really the only core tenements that are equal throughout all of the different types of religion. So I'll sum it up this way. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I believe very much in a higher power that created us in their image. I believe very much that evolution is part of how we were created. Some people think that the aliens came in and bred in some kind of a gene mutation that took us from apes to where we are today. I don't know if they're right. Maybe, maybe not. But since we don't know, arguing it over does no good. So we need to accept each other for who we are, understand that we're going to have differences of opinion, but stop acting like spoiled children fighting over something that's not even a logical debate. The Bible was written by man. The Book of Mormon was written by man. The Quran was written by man. All of these things were written by human beings, and so they had their own perspective when they were written. And you can't prove me right or wrong, and I can't prove you right or wrong. So I love you no matter if you love me or not. So love me or hate me. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that we stop killing each other in the name of something that we can't even prove. Murder is murder. Genocide is genocide. And what our government is doing right now in the Middle East is genocide. Period. End of story. Call it whatever you want. Kill or be killed. Bullshit. You don't have to kill somebody to stop them. You don't have to kill a child to stop them. So if people are acting like children, let's treat them like children. Grow up, be an adult, and don't respond with violence just because you don't know how to respond any other way. Be an adult. Be a logical, rational human being and act like an adult. That's all I'm asking for, people. That's all I hope that we can do as a society and as a species. Treat others how we want to be treated, not how we think they should be treated. So, with that, if you still don't understand me, keep checking in because I'll keep posting. And I hope to meet you all real soon. And I hope to help this country become the great nation that it once was. Have a great day.